Hey guys, it's Paul. Welcome to Come Touch of Fantasy, and today it is episode number 2 of This Week in Fantasy News. This week's new releases are Fortune's Blight by Evie Menery. It is the second book in the Shattered Kingdoms series. It was released by Tor. Joe Abercrombie's Half the World came out. This is the Shattered Sea number 2 book, and it was released by Del Rey. Next one is Mr. Michael Moorcock. He released that omnibus, Jewel and Amulet, the Jewel in the Skull, and the Mad God's Amulet. It's together in one omnibus. That is also from Tor. And then James Enge, E-N-G-E, released The Wide World's End. This is book number 4 in the Torment of Shadows series. So, these are the most popular books released this week. Check those books out, and maybe one of those will be your next new read. Okay, and our first news story is Tor came out and said that they believe that novellas are the future of publishing. They don't believe that it's ink or paper that is the limited factor. They believe it's your time, and they're saying that short stories and novellas is the next big thing with ebooks. They believe that as readers start to read more, that they're looking for something to grab that they can read within an evening, and that novellas, if the ebook format is the next big thing, they're looking to put a lot of revenue into this, and they're going to have some good authors like K.G. Parker, Shanian McGuire, and Daniel Polanski, Angela Slater, and a host of other people, Michael R. Underwood, Matt Wallace, and they're going to be putting out short novellas that you can get for your ebook, cheap price, you can read it in an evening, and that's what they think the future of publishing is. I'm not so sure, but I wish them good luck. Alright, and the BSFA Awards for 2014, the short list has come out. That is the British Science Fiction Award. And the best novels this year up for grabs is The Race by Nina Allen, Cuckoo Song by Frances Hardinge, Europe in Autumn by David Hutchinson, Wolves by Simon Engs, Ancillary Sword by Ann Leckie, The First 15 Nights of Harry August by Claire North, Lagoon by Nnedi Okorafor, and The Moon King by Neil Williamson. So, this is kind of maybe what the Hugo and the Nebula might look like, so you never know. Check those books out. People like them. For awards, never know, might be great. Also, the KSH. Not really sure how to pronounce that. If you know how to pronounce that, let me know. But KSH is what I'm going with. The finalists for this year have been announced, and the finalists are The Lagoon by Nnedi Okorafor once again. Getting a lot of publicity, Lagoon is. Grasshopper Jungle by Andrew Smith. The Peripheral by William Gibson. The Way In by Will Wiles. And The Race by Nina Allen. So those are the novel choices from the KSH. Alright, now I'm going to talk about The Whispering Swarm by Mr. Moorcock, Michael Moorcock. This is his autobiography fantasy book. He basically writes himself into this story. It is post-Second World War London, and it follows a young man named Michael Moorcock. And there's going to be 2 more sequels that come out. So he's basically mixing his early life with a fantasy narrative. And I find that interesting. I've never read anything like that. And I find that interesting. So Michael Moorcock, he's one of the founding fathers of fantasy. This is the first full novel is released in 10 years. It's released already in the U.S. It came out earlier this month, and then it gets released in the U.K. in July, I believe. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This is a British book coming out on the 24th. It's all about London. And in this London, there are different types of London. There's a white London, there's a red London, there's a gray London, and then there's this boy that has the ability to travel between the different types of London. In one London, the magic is highly used, Another London, people are struggling to survive, and they're basically dying from starvation. And another one, technology is taking over the world. And it's very interesting. You got this guy that can travel from the different Londons, like kind of different dimensions almost, but he can travel in between them. And it just seems like an interesting book because it's all about London and like exploring London. And he meets like this thief, and then they have to end up stealing some object because if they don't, all of the Londons something might happen to them. It seems interesting. I'm going to put the trailer for that book in the comments. Check it out. It's actually one of the best trailers I've watched for a book. And it really shows V.E. Schwab's personality. Once again, it's A Darker Shade of Magic. It is the first book in the A Darker Shade of Magic series by V.E. Schwab. And once again, that's expected to be published next week, February 24th, from Tor Books. The next thing I'm going to share with you all is actually an artwork. This is a new artwork from Mark Simonetti. It is Perseplicus. It is a picture for the Raya Revelations by Michael J. Sullivan. It is a beautiful picture. Mark Simonetti. Google him. Check out his other works. One of the best fantasy artists out there. It's awesome. Hey, and this is breaking news. I just saw this right before making this video. China Melville's The City and the City might be coming to the BBC. They're thinking about creating a TV show out of it. It's going to be a television adaptation of The City and the City. It's about a guy that has to track a murderer through two antagonistic cities that occupy the same physical space at the same time. Very mind-bendy. And a lot of noir characteristics and conventions. Pretty excited about that. The person that's going to be working on this is none other than Tony Bersani. He is a writer behind Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. So if he is involved, you know it's going to be good. I got one more thing to share with you guys this week. Subterranean Press is doing a Humble Bundle. Yes, a Humble Book Bundle. And we're talking books by Peter V. Brett, Caitlin Kierman, Cherry Priest, Dan Simmons, K.J. Parker, Joel Lansdale, Jack Vance, Connie Willis, Ted Chiang, Clive Barker, John Scalzi. There's quite a few books here. It's a few of them are their lesser known books, but check that out. If you don't know about Humble Bundles, it's where you pay a flat fee. You can designate where that money you're giving goes to, and if you pay like a certain amount, you get more unlocks. But a lot of times there's like 5 or 6 things that you can pay $1 for and get them all. So this is like an ebook, pay what you want, DRM free, multi-format. There's $96 worth of books. I think if you pay $15, you get like 18 books. So check that out. I know a lot of you might be interested, so that's why I made it a point to suggest it. Put the link below for that. Check that out. See if that's something that interests you. I decided I'm just gonna do what was released the week that I do this. I'm not gonna say what's being released next week. I'll do that next week, and then you guys can decide if you want to books then. So, but thank you for watching. This has been episode 2 of A Week in Fantasy. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you want, and I'll talk to you next time.